Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, I've got a storyline to talk about today, and it's on my website under What's Going On Latest NXT. And this one is it's called the WWE's Future Divas, the NXT Women of Wrestling. And I tell you what, NXT's got some interesting superstars coming up there. And let's talk a little bit about the current state with the divas in WWE right now. So for example, AJ Lee is our women's champion, is our divas champion. Prior to her winning the title though, when Kaitlyn had it, there was really nothing going on. I mean, things were just blah. You know, I think I would say that after Eve Torres lost the title to Kaitlyn, we pretty much went nowhere at that point. And then finally AJ Lee won that title, and now she's held the title. She's actually broken the record for the longest reign holding that title, which is great. But here's the thing, the WWE, instead of going towards their NXT and maybe trying to get up some more developmental women to come on up, they went into a Total Divas show. I tell you what, not that the show's bad, because I've seen it. It's actually pretty cool, pretty interesting. You know, I kind of like it. The only thing is, they've put it to a point where it's kind of part of wrestling in a way. So AJ Lee's, what does the WWE Creative team end up doing? They end up making Total Divas versus the regular WWE Divas, and they're involving AJ Lee. I mean, wow. I mean, I just have I got nothing positive to say about that. So I'll just keep my thoughts to myself. You know, any more thoughts to myself, that is. Anyway, you know, if you have a show, here's my point. If you have the Total Divas show, why don't you put on that show, let them be their own identity on their own show, okay, on the E network. And if you want to get them involved in wrestling, why don't you, well, you know, have wrestling segments in there? Why don't you film them on Superstars or Main Event? But I honestly don't see the reason of getting the show involved in Raw and SmackDown. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to see these other divas on Raw and SmackDown, like you know, the Bellas and, you know, Layla and you know, a few others and stuff. But I want to see them on Raw and SmackDown, but not really as the cast. I want to see them as the women wrestlers they're supposed to be for wrestling, for WWE. So anyway, if you separate them and then just keep the divas on Raw and SmackDown to actually really do matches that have nothing to do with the show, I think we'd be doing a much better job here. So hey, I also want to talk about a lot of these divas that are coming up from NXT though. So we've got some good things going on here. So let's talk about who I feel are my top 5, or actually I'm going to go as far as 7. Okay, so my very first one has got to be the NXT Women's Champion, and that is Paige. Paige has not come up to the WWE yet. Now there's talk about, hey, she's too young yet. She's showing great potential. She's got the crowd going. She's got this anti-diva character that she does, and she screams, and hey, you know what? She's actually fun. I like her a lot, and she's got the accent and everything, and to me, she's ready. She's ready for the WWE main roster, and whether it be age or whatever other reasons, I guess they don't want to push her up too quickly. So anyway, whatever, if that's the case, if it's something like that, then hopefully she'll be up soon. But as the NXT Women's Champion, she's doing a great job, and she's pretty entertaining, and she's pretty decent in the ring. Now, her mic skills, not bad, but they do need some more development. But you know, that'll come. That'll come with time and confidence and stuff. So Paige, someone to look forward to. My second pick, Emma and the Emma-lution. Well, recently, in the last couple weeks, we've actually been seeing Emma out on Raw or SmackDown, and I think it was Raw actually, where she's been in the audience holding up signs, you know, hey, this is the Emma-lution. And I tell you what, Emma's been pretty cool. She's just quirky, but it makes her fun, you know. So she comes in and she's got this crazy dance where she's doing this side by side kind of thing, you know, and she's always trying to go after bubbles and pop them, and you know, it's dumb, but it's funny. So she tries to get herself up into the ring, and she's kind of clumsy at it, but eventually gets herself in the ring, and you know, hey, she does interviews. very corny, kind of like she's spacey and out there. I don't know what's going on, but it's funny. She makes it fun, pretty entertaining. Been doing it for a little while now, and you know, seeing her in the audience just shows that the WWE sees something with her, and it looks like they're making their plans right now to put her on the main roster, which is great. I think she belongs up there. It's a little. Paige has been around a little bit longer, so I kind of would have liked to see Paige up there first, but hey, maybe Emma's of age, whatever. So anyway, Emma, she's someone to look forward to, and looks like she's gonna be in there. And my guess is she's probably gonna go against my number 3 pick, Summer Rae. Now, Summer Rae, although she's been in the WWE main roster for a little while, she's been with Fandango pretty much as a dancer, ballet, whatever you want to call her. The only thing is, she's been in the ring a handful of times, but we really haven't been able to see her wrestle too well in those matches. And I want to say, actually, I'll take that back. There's at least one where I saw her wrestle where actually she did a really nice job. But she's a really good wrestler. I've seen her in NXT several times. She can wrestle. Not only that, she's got a gift for gab. She can speak on that mic. She's pretty good. And she's got this sassiness, you know, this hey, she's the leader of the BFFs. The beautiful, fierce females. So anyway, which is her, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte Flair, which we'll talk about them in a minute. But Summer Rae has been doing a great job in NXT, speaking on the mic, wrestling in the ring. I think that if they take her character and really just start using that here in the WWE, you know, I don't want to see her and Fandango break up. I like Fandango. I think Fandango's a great character. I think he's got you know, he's just fun to watch, and the guy can wrestle. So here's the thing. Why don't you use her sassiness? Why don't you use her she's got like anger issues or something. So why can't you just use this in favor, you know, of Fandango, so that she's going against all these other wrestlers, but it's to you know, bring up these matches, Fandango versus so and so, because and she's getting in their faces, and she's smacking them around, and she's doing, you know, not Fandango but the other guy, you know, stuff like that. So hey, she's the type of character you can do those things with. So we'll see what the WWE does. Right now it kind of looks like they're kind of leaning towards a Summer Rae Emma type of feud. So we'll see how it goes. My next pick, Sasha Banks, the boss of NXT. Sasha, as of late, has been doing a great job, okay? Ever since she turned heel, because her little gimmick as a face, boring. I mean, come on. Good-looking girl, decent ring technical skills there, but, not the best, but still, they're decent. The mic, she needs work on the mic still, but hey, she's got time. The BFFs, though, when she joined Summer Rae and became part of the BFFs, she became now she's became known. Okay, her with her new attitude, Summer Rae with her attitude. I mean, these guys are making actually a pretty good impact here in NXT. So they've been actually fun to watch. So I think Sasha Banks, I don't think she's ready for the WWE, not yet. And especially when they separate Summer Rae with Sasha Banks, because there's gonna come a point in time where they separate these two. Can Sasha hold her own, or will she just fade away? And I'm concerned about that because I have a feeling she may fade away. But we'll see. All right, Charlotte Flair, daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. I tell you what, when you have the name of Flair, there's something expected from you. And, you know, it's kind of sad in a way because she's got a lot on her now. Because, hey, she's the daughter of the legendary Nature Boy Ric Flair. So one of the things I'd be looking for example, not necessarily that she would have the ring skills that he has, but does she have the mic skills? And as of right now, I haven't really seen enough on the mic to tell me, yeah, she's got something. I don't know. I can't tell yet. But right now, she made a really good move. Still being new at the NXT, she made a really good move by turning heel and joining the BFFs. That was a great move for her. So she's going to be better as a bad girl. She'll be better when she learns how to really speak on that mic and grab that mic. I mean, let's look at the history. I mean, let's take a look at these other. You don't even have to be a great wrestler. If you can be a great speaker, that can take you through your whole career. I mean, let's face it. Who's probably one of the greatest speakers ever? Hulk Hogan. But was Hulk Hogan a good technical wrestler? Oh, you better say no, because Hulk Hogan, no. was not a very good wrestler whatsoever. Okay, hey, don't get me wrong, I like Hogan, okay? But what really carried him is he knew how to use the crowd. He knew how to speak, okay? You know, the vitamins and the prayers and, you know, and this guy can speak. He was a master on the mic. He can take that audience and just take them on this journey with him. And, you know, who's another great one on that mic? Ric Flair. No, I mean, come on, Space Mountain, okay? Ric Flair himself, master on the mic, okay? Now, the thing is with Ric Flair, man, the guy can wrestle, you know? Don't get me wrong, he's 60 years old now, 60-something, but, I mean, back in the day, the guy can wrestle, all right? So he had two gifts. He can wrestle and he can speak. Another great speaker, The Rock. Not the best wrestler. I mean, he can do enough in the ring, but it was his mic skills. I mean, do you remember when Rocky Maivia was first introduced? Came in on Raw with those bluish colors and that funky hair and, yeah, you know, babyface kind of guy, all smiles, you know, clean shaven. Hey, after a short while, people were booing him because they just didn't like him. But it wasn't until he copped that attitude, turned heel, started speaking on that mic, became part of that Nation of Domination. And man, I'll tell you what, these things that were coming out of his mouth, man, listen, all you got to do is speak well. And if Charlotte Flair can manage something like that, she can go a long way. But, you know, and why am I saying that about Charlotte? Obviously because she's the daughter of Ric Flair. So, we'll see. Okay, so enough about Charlotte. Anyway, she's not ready, not for the main roster. But you can bet people are keeping an eye on her because of who she is. Alright, let's talk about the sixth one here. Bayley. Bayley recently showed some decent wrestling skills. That was pretty cool when she actually took it seriously and wrestled. But I tell you what, WWE, her character of being a goofy, fun-loving, always want to hug you, always want to be with you and you know, whatever. Oh my God, drives me nuts. I mean, it's not a character I want to see at all. I just want to fast forward. Every time I see her, don't like it. WWE, you need to do something with the character because, but will they? I don't know. It's very possible they won't because there's not many more faces. You really only have your two main faces. You've got Emma, you've got Paige. Charlotte's no longer a face, she's a heel. Sasha's no longer a face, she's a heel. Summer Rae's a heel. I mean, they don't have a whole lot of women's wrestlers here in NXT, but most of them are heels. So I could understand if they not want to take Bayley and convert her to a heel. I think it'll be best for her, but at the same time, you need some faces in there. But time is going to tell because I have a feeling, well, this Bayley character is not going to last. Hey, last one I want to talk about today is not really a wrestler. Her name is Lana. And she is the manager of the Bulgarian Brute, Alexander Rusev. Here's the thing though. Managers don't make it in WWE unless your name is Paul Heyman. But if your name isn't Paul Heyman, you don't last as a manager in WWE. I don't care if you're a male and I don't care if you're a female. I mean, how many female managers do you see right now in WWE? And if I say how many male managers do you see in WWE? You see only Paul Heyman and you only see him every once in a while. You don't see him too often. They just don't last. So Lana, I don't know much about her. But the thing is, I'm hoping she's a wrestler. And if she isn't, I hope she's training. Because sooner or later, you're not going to last as a manager. But you might make it if you're a wrestler. So we'll see what's going to happen with Lana. She's got all the looks. She just needs to wrestle. Okay, so, hey, there's a few other names for the NXT women that I know are out there. And the thing is that they haven't done anything really to be remembered by yet. These are the ones I remember. Don't really remember much more of any of the other ones. So, you know, they just need to grow. Hopefully now with this WWE Network and more focus going on NXT, they're going to start expanding that roster just a little bit more. And we're going to hopefully see even more coming up the ladder. So anyway, well, what do you think? What are your ideas of the NXT? What are your ideas of the women wrestlers? I mean, what are your ideas about their, you know, their technical skills? Who do you think will replace Paige or is going to be Paige's next competitor for that NXT women's title? Who's next in line? Better yet, who do you think is going to be coming up and become the WWE Divas champion? I know we saw Emma in the stands, So is she next? Wait a minute, Summer Rae was there first, and she's actually a pretty good wrestler and good on the mic. I think I would put all my bets, if I was to bet, yeah, I would bet on her. But really, I can't wait to see Paige come up, and let's see what happens when she does. Alright, that's it for RexWrestlingBlog.com. Hey, subscribe and join us in the next video. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.